9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How's our girl?
She's ready.
You're gonna be the first person to transition from a human body to a synthetic.
Because I'm special.
That's right. You're very, very special.
We have a downed spacecraft.
I want what's on that ship.
We can do it. We're fast, we're strong, we don't break.
It's like a zoo, but the animals got out.
This ship collected 5 different life forms from the darkest corners of the universe.
Monsters. Invasive species. Predatory.
If we don't lock them down, it will be too late.
What is up, people? What is going on? Welcome back to another episode of Alien Earth. Got the usual suspects in the house. We are here to talk about episode 7, which is called Emergency. But first off, Brian, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Hey, on 1/3 of Spoiler Kings, we go live Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturday nights. Thank God I finally got to The Expanse. I can't wait to watch that some more. And then, of course, you guys catch us on the Rewind. The Rewind is one of the best shows I've been part of. I've enjoyed doing it with Hanzo. So we got to come and join us. I'm telling you guys, I keep telling you too, I'm blue in the face. Join us Saturday mornings, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. It's fire.
I agree, 100%. Mr. Danny Graham, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Hey, you can find me on my channel on Mondays and Fridays, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, my new channel I'm starting called The Way I See It, mainly uploads and things that I don't want to say and mess up my other channel. But definitely you can find me here on Thursday for one more week. And also you can find me Wednesdays on The Hangout and Sundays on Storms Live.
Yes. And I can't say this enough. Thank God there's only one more week of this show.
Wow. See that? It's starting off already.
I was down for it. I'm like, yeah, the show was pretty good. It's all right. Wasn't hating it. But I think I'm on Shifty gives him bandwagon for this episode. Oh my God, I did not like it at all. But I want to get Brian's overall thoughts and then Danny's overall thoughts. Brian, your overall thoughts of episode 7.
I am not with it saying it was terrible. But I did feel like it was boring for a penultimate episode. I feel like it's a lot. It's a genre. It's not an action thing. This show is not action. It's not action packed. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be horror and mystery. And I think they knocked the mystery part out of the park. I think the horror part is non-existent. And sometimes when you don't have action and don't have mystery, don't have the horror, it gets kind of flat a little bit. And you're asking the story to carry it so much. And I feel like that's kind of what we're getting. And that's what we got from this episode. There's interesting things because I've now watched all these episodes. So I'm interested, but is the episode itself interesting? I don't know. Is it just me because I've watched all these episodes? If this was an individual episode, would I enjoy it? I don't know. That's where I'm at right now.
I got you. And Mr. Graham, go ahead. It was perfect. This show was awesome. I love these episodes. Go ahead, Danny.
Thank you. That's good. Go ahead and clip that, Brown, so we can use that. That's what Anzo said. It was perfect. And he liked it. So good. Very good. I'm not going to say that the episode was perfect. And this episode was not like the last two because I think we all say the last two could be like many movies of this particular show. This one wasn't. But I'm of the mindset like shows
Shipping out of
Oh, you broke out a little
that
bit.
move the story
Yeah.
forward. I think this answers more questions. Like
Mm-hmm.
it got me asking the question like, what is Kavalier going to do?
Yeah.
Who's he going to pick? Is Kirsh playing country dumb, which I think he is, and I get into some of the reasons why I think Kirsh is masterminding all this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I really like this series. This episode, was it good as the last two? No, it was not. But was it terrible and I hate it? I definitely did not.
All right. Interesting. So we got a diverse panel tonight for this episode. It's going to be interesting when we break it down because the episode starts off with what's his name? Smiley? His name?
Slightly.
That's it.
Yeah.
I should call him Smiley anyway. Same thing. And we see that he has
Y'all see the disrespect panel? You see the disrespect?
Oh, come on. You didn't remember his name either, Danny.
Yeah, but I don't be like Smiley Kylie, Dupadali, nothing. I'd be like, you know what I'm talking about, but you ain't even give him that much respect. But go ahead.
I didn't even say nothing about Curry or nothing yet, right? So I didn't even go there with this yet. I didn't even do that. I was just saying I didn't know his name. That's all.
We know it's coming. Go ahead.
We see him hiding the xenomorph stuck on the doctor's face, and he hides him under his bed. But his friend comes in, and his friend is like, "What are you doing? Blah 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 blah. You can't tell anybody, and I need your help." And he says no, and then he ends up helping him. What did you guys think about that?
You see that blah 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 blah? That's disrespect. That's I'm telling you. I've been streaming with this man for almost a decade now. Blah 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 blah. Ka 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 ka. That kind of stuff. That's disrespect. So just watch that.
I'm just saying. What do you guys think about the conversation?
I mean, so what it was a conversation between people, pre-adolescents, kids that are in over their heads. That's the conversation. Slightly and Smee. Smee, who is a follower, who wants to be a follower. So you understand why he's saying, okay, that's his friend. He's the only one he has a connection with. He's trying to do, you see kids do that all the time. They get talked into things. And that's what Smee's been talking to this. And Slightly is just in over his head. So all thing he knows to do right now is just listen to the voice in his head, even if it's not his own voice. I think that's fine. I think that's what's going on. I think it makes sense. It's just not interesting.
I got you. Danny?
I think he just dropped off.
Oh, did he? Okay, hold on.
There he is.
And Danny, what do you think of this scene?
What did I think of what?
This scene with the two kids where they're planning on what they're doing with the doctor and the xenomorph.
See, I think the writing is fantastic because some of us content creators be like, how did it change like this? But they're still writing these characters like they're young kids that can be easily influenced, that are gullible, do stupid stuff. So this right here is another example of them being gullible. How you gonna hide somebody under the bed and then have the arm sticking out and stuff? That's crazy. And the way the guy came in and found it and was acting just like a child. And then what I really liked was when it's kind of jumping a little bit, but like when the kid confronted Morrow, he was like, "I did everything you told me to do," and da-da-da, just like a kid. So I think the writing is consistent. So I don't have a problem with the scene.
I don't disagree. It is consistent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really say anything about the writing being bad. I don't think the writing in this show is bad, but this episode was just bad. It was boring, like Brian said, and there's a lot of things that really I'm not feeling, and I find it. Okay, so for me, I always say, and we'll get to it when we get to the part, but I always feel like the aliens should be killers. That's what they are. They're aliens. They're killers, right? But you're trying to anti-hero it, and I don't like that. So
I
don't think they do in that. Go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I would give you that point because it seems like a lot of these movies they're trying to make the bad guy anti-hero. I guess that's the flavor of the month, so to speak. Mm-hmm. I'll give you that point, but I still think they got the potential, but just somebody control them because we kind of saw the same thing with the one with Ridley when she had some kind of control over him. So if it's something that's an anomaly or something that's done here or there, I don't have a problem with it. But if it's the whole time, every time you see a aliens movie, somebody controlling that, then I 100% agree with you. But this right here kind of is like pre-aliens, kind of, so to speak. So I don't have
I
a
hear
problem.
what you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I just say I don't have a problem with if she's the only one, but let's just say all the synthetics can control their own individual alien. Then I'd be like, but if she's the only one can do that, if she's the X factor, or she's the mutant, whatever label you want to put on her, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. I have a problem with that if Kirsh start being able to talk to him, or Morrow or somebody else. Then I would totally 100% agree with you. Yeah, that's a little flimsy.
So here's what I'll say before Brian, I'll let you go, because I know you had something to say too, where you said you don't think they're doing that. I'll just say this. It's possible that Wendy could teach the other synthetics how to do it, right? So that's the problem that I have too with that. And then secondly, like I was saying, I think that when you have these creatures and we've had them like for killers for so long, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, they're following Wendy, and you said they did it before with Ripley, but I think with Ripley it was different because they were like they reincarnated them. You know what I mean? They were dead. Ripley was dead with the alien inside of her. So when they brought her back, I could understand there being
saying there's a connection with
to
them.
it. Right. I could
but technically
understand that connection.
Wendy also died. Her body.
Yeah.
Technically it did die.
Yeah.
And maybe they used, and what we might find out is that the technology that they used to put that in the body is technology that might be from the Xenomorph.
Well, I can see that, but the only problem is that they didn't have the Xenomorph or the facehugger in their custody until after that point.
Maybe they had information from it. I'm really trying to grasp in the straws. I'm just I'm not sitting here. But more than anything, I think they're trying to hammer home the idea that the real evil is humans. Humans are the real evil.
I agree. Yeah,
and that's
100%.
what they're trying to hammer home over and over again. And
yeah.
That's not what aliens supposed to be about, but that's what they're trying to say.
No, I agree. And I think, to be honest with you, they've done that throughout the movies and all of it, right? It's always been, but the Xenomorph has always been killing people, right? Because, and I guess you could say when you really look at it, right? They take the Xenomorph from wherever it is being hatched, they take it to their ship, the Xenomorph gets out and starts killing people because it's not in its environment, right? I can get that, I guess, right? And I see, I guess you could say that's where they're trying to push this show to go in. But for me, and I guess it's just personal preference, I just like them being stone cold killers. You know what I mean? Just like I don't think we need to make everything like sympathetic or this, just stone cold killer, 100%, because that's what they do. They're creatures, right? You see animals in the wild that are just natural predators, right? I think that's what they should have kept the Xenomorph as, just a natural predator, and it just goes out there and hunts everything. And I think that makes the rivalry with an actual predator even better now, because you got two natural predators going at each other, and
which one's the actual predator? I hear
exactly.
You know what I mean? Predators in the past movies where they were sympathetic with the humans. In the last, the one before the
I don't like that either. Yeah, I don't like that either.
The predator sent them a machine to combat the predators.
Yeah, no, I don't like none of that though, Danny. That's what I'm saying. I don't like none of that. Like that, those predator movies, like where Alien versus Predator, and I love saying Lathan, but where she's teaming up with the predator to get the alien. No, sorry, no.
Yeah, but that's an example of the enemy of my enemy. Oh God, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah, you're right. Until they kill the alien at the end, and I think the predator does die, though, right? The predator does die.
He does. He does. Mm-hmm.
But even still, like the predator doesn't attack her, or you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I just don't. I want to see these two creatures just be natural predators, and they're gonna kill anything. Now I know the predator itself has morals, which I like. Right, won't kill a woman what was pregnant. We've seen that. Won't attack kids if you're not attacking it, because it does it as a hunt, as a sport. So I get that as well too. But at the end of the day, it's still a natural predator. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
and I just would wish they would keep that. That's all. That's just
I think there's something you guys are both saying that they're changing what this is supposed to be about, and that's partly why I don't find it as interesting, because before, when you're literally a natural born killer, or you animalistic and you're just going to do what you do. This is what you're a virus and you're just going to do it. It's a lot more interesting. But what they're doing, they're putting social ideas in it, and they want to show that human beings are actually the worst thing, and that's what they're pushing the narrative.
Agreed. And you can do that and still make the predators the natural predators. You know what I mean? You can still do that, but you don't have to try and now make the predator or the aliens kind of sympathetic and like, oh no, they're just trying to survive and we took them from their natural habitats, and because that's kind of the thing that Wendy was trying to say. You know,
I hope Wendy's wrong. I want Wendy to die.
Me too.
I want the Xenomorph to eat Wendy.
Yeah, 100%. I want them all die. I want them all die. I want them all them little kids. Yeah, kill them off. You know what I mean? Kill them off.
Wow.
That's Stephen King.
We get to Kirsh now, and Kirsh is there, and he's, looking at what happening, and he's pretty much telling Boy Kavalier everything that's going on. And now they know that the flies actually eat organic, or they eat metal and stuff like that, right? So he pretty much showed him that it's the sheep that kind of set the stage for what happened to the synthetic. I can't remember his name
Tootles.
either. Isaac
is that? Yeah, but
change his name to Isaac, right? Yeah, Tootles Isaac. So that's where Boy Kavalier is kind of like, you know what? I want to get to know this eye a little bit more, because now he understands how intelligent it is. So before we get to the Wendy stuff, what did you guys think about this? And I know Danny had a theory for it, and I want to get into that too as well. But Brian, go ahead first.
My first thing I'm going to say is that I feel like Kirsh is playing everybody. I think Boy Kavalier is actually not as smart as he is. I think he's not that smart. And I think Kirsh is trying to highlight how dumb he is, and he can't just naturally just push him into something. But what he's doing is trying to set him up. So all his moves are trying to set up the Boy Kavalier. And I think that's what we're going to see, the eye and everything be taken over and put him in his place. So it allows Kirsh to show, I'm actually the smartest one here. I set all these things up, and I won't get everyone off. But I'm going to kill him first.
I just want to say, because I like that you said that. And you guys, this is episode 7 that we're doing, right? So we've done 6. I'm not exactly which episode it was, but I remember telling you guys that Kavalier is not as smart as he says he is, because
it was 2 episodes ago, and you said that.
I said that Kirsh was the smartest one in the room, and he knows it. And you both, well, I know.
No, you definitely said it.
Yeah, so just saying that, Danny, go ahead.
I don't think we disagree with that.
You guys. Yeah, you did. You did. You personally said I'm not saying all of that, but yeah.
I still think the Boy Kavalier has some intelligence. I don't think he's smart as he think he is, but I definitely agree 100% what Brian said, that Kirsh is the maestro, and I think he's playing dumb by letting him know, yeah, you might want to see this. That's all in Kirsh playing, because the reason why I say that, because Kirsh didn't let them boys go out with that Xenomorph. He could have captured Morrow the same way he did inside the facility as he did outside. I think all this is just a ploy, so it looked like he is following Kavalier's directions, but he is secretly playing him, and we're going to see it at the end where he said checkmate.
I don't even think he hates the kids. I think he's just using the kids because that's the easiest way to use Kavalier with Boy Kavalier.
But he was like, yeah, you should take the elevator. Go ahead and go this way.
B7.
You see, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Danny. Go ahead, finish that.
Because he knew how to catch the Xenomorph. He caught it very easily, had it contained. I just think that by doing that, it looked like he is working for the Kavalier, but actually he's working for himself, because he didn't have to let them boys go. Look how easily he found them when the guy turned the track off. When the guy turned the track off, Kavalier was getting all frazzled. Kirsh ain't never broke a sweat. He knew where to find those kids. The guy told him, well, he's been talking to me in my head.
He's like,
Kirsh,
I know.
So that's the maestro. I don't
see.
That sucker is setting everybody up and
see that?
Wendy may survive. Rest,
You see,
everybody else is dead.
that's where I disagree. I don't think he's setting everything up. He's letting it all play out. That's what these guys do. Because remember, he's still an android, right? He still has these parameters he has to follow. He's not setting it up. He's letting it play out. This is what the androids have done in every single alien movie, the ones that weren't like straight up I'm following mother and got to do what mother says. They let the situations play out. That's exactly what he did. The reason why he let those kids get away, because if they don't get to that island with the body and Morrow, or even there, right? Because he didn't know that they won't make it with the body because it woke up. But if they don't make it to Morrow, Morrow knows now something is wrong, and he changes his plan. So he has to make sure that everything stays on course, because as soon as Morrow stepped into that base, he was on him. Right now, if you don't show up there, Morrow understands, because Morrow's not dumb. He understands something happened. The kids didn't show up. Did they get caught? They know what's happening? All right, we got to switch up our plans. So he switches up our plans. So it's easier to let things play out to where Morrow has no idea that Kirsh has any idea about what's going on. And then boom, we can catch him.
That's why I don't think he's letting it happen as much as he's actively making sure he has two. So there's two things that happened to Kirsh. Morrow told him he's obsolete, and the boy Kavalier talked down to him and said, "You work for me. You do what I tell you to do. You're just a machine." So now he has two people that he wants to prove wrong. So literally, all his plans are for both of them. I'm putting them in their place. I'm letting them know how smart I really am, and I want to come up out top. So I think he's actively making sure these people are going to go through these things. He has a plan, and he's working through the plan.
So here's where I'm going to kill that, because he had no idea that the goat was going to cause that door to close on the android, right? He had no idea the goat was going to do that. So that was part of his plan. Right? It had to have been part of his plan, because if he was the one that locked the door so that the android opened it to get him to go in, but he had no idea the goat was going to hit the door to make the android get locked in there.
But I thought he knew he was intelligent. He could read its intelligence, and he knew if I let this kid be here, they're so unintelligent or inintelligent that they know it's going to fall apart. He knows it's going to set them up.
But that's too much of a coincidence for him to, if he's putting a plan in place, that's too much of a chance to take that it might not happen, right? If he's putting this plan in place and everything is in place, he has to make sure that everything happens the way it happens, or else his plan is screwed. Because if that kid doesn't get locked in that room, his plan is screwed, right?
His plan just be general. I'm going to set these things off on boy Kavalier. I'm going to find a way to capture Morrow. This is a very general plan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the general plan is
he's letting things happen, but he's
right. He's because okay, again, right. That's what I'm saying. He knows he's going to catch Morrow, so he lets the things that are happening play out. But I think the original thing that started everything, like the boy getting caught in there or whatever, I don't think he set any of that up. I think that shit happened, and then he started listening to what the boy was talking, right, to the other guy from like episode 2. He already knew that, right? So instead of, hey, this is what's going on, and tipping his hat, it's like, let me see how it plays out. I don't have to start it, but I can see how it finishes, or I can even guide it to where it needs to be.
See, that's what I think there is. I think he's guiding. He has a plan. He's guiding things the way he needs it to go. He's calculating, and he's making things. He sees what's going on, and he's like, "What's the next calculation I need to do?"
Yes,
to make it happen.
Yes, 100%.
So I think we're a lot closer than what we're saying. I think we're a lot closer.
Right. My only thing is, I don't think he started it. I think it happened, and he rolled with it. You know what I mean? And like, okay, so now I can do this. Now I can see what happened. I don't think he was the original starter of all the shit that's happening in there. You know what I mean? I think once he heard the conversation, he seen what was going on with the creatures, how intelligent they were. And then when shit popped off, like the guy getting caught in there, I'm like, okay, let's see where this goes. I'm not going to.
I got one other thing for me.
Goes. Go ahead.
If Morrow didn't insult Kirsh, I don't think he would be going after him.
We got a serious plot hole too, though.
Go ahead.
What you got?
Okay, why didn't Morrow hear what Kirsh was talking to the boys? Because you remember when Kirsh was in the room and he was talking to the Indian boy, and Kirsh acted something. He's like, "Careful, careful." So why would if I'm going into that facility, I would definitely have my communications on so I can get everything going, so I can make my moves accordingly. So why was Morrow able to hear the conversation Kirsh had, unless Kirsh had put something there to block the transmission?
Or he
Well,
has to be actively listening.
Huh?
He has to be actively listening. Morrow has to be actively listening.
Yeah, but I'm saying if I'm about to break into
Why would
the
he not be?
facility, wouldn't I have my communications on so I can hear what's going on?
And find out where the boy is with the alien.
He ain't talked to the boy at all since.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Convenient.
So I'm just saying, to me, that's a plot hole.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you were 100% correct. He should have had communications with that boy. Hey, where are you on the beach? How far are you? Where can I find you? Blah blah blah. This and that. Do you got the package? You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you 100%. I don't disagree with that. So again, I think, and it's a show, right? So we got to expect that not everything is going to be perfect. There's going to be stuff that are put in there to, put the narrative forward. So does all of it work? Maybe not. Maybe not.
Because if he did listen, that would kind of break up a little bit of the suspense. If he knew.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think I don't know whether it was a plot hole or was it intentional, but it didn't make sense because he listened to the boy the whole time. Got the boy, mama, and parents. I guarantee that family dead.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah.
They've been dead. Yeah, they've been dead. 100%. So Wendy gets in there and she sees what's going on and she has a big argument, and you can see now that she is kind of questioning everything that's going on with them. What did you guys think about Wendy coming in there and pretty much, she put her muscle out there?
That's exactly what we said was going to happen next week. We said next week she's going to no longer trust the boy Kavalier because he's going to fall apart. And guess what happened? This week, she no longer trusts the boy Kavalier because they all fell apart. Exactly what we thought was going to happen. It's just like,
Wendy going to be a problem.
100%.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. And we see why she's going to be a problem, right? But we'll get into that as well. Now we find out boy Kavalier actually finds out that the trackers are gone and they have no idea where the rest of the kids are gone because they want to get to them before Wendy does.
Mm-hmm.
But Wendy meets up with her brother and they have a conversation and they're talking about they need to get out of there.
What's wrong? We can't collect.
I'm ready for that sucker to die. That's what I'm ready for to die.
You done with Hermit?
Right.
You done with him?
I'm done with him.
Because he wants to get just Wendy out there. She wants to get everybody. So Wendy does go and try to get everybody. She gets Nibs. She goes to talk to Curly. And, of course, Curly doesn't want to have nothing to do with it. So they make her promise that she won't say anything. Now, do you guys think – and I think you've seen the trailer for the next episode. You think Curly's going to – oh, you haven't? Okay, well, the question is, do you think Curly's going to blab?
No,
100%.
I think Curly is shell shocked now, but I think that's who Kavalier got in mind to put that eye spider in.
I think Curly does. I think she wants to replace
Curly or either that doctor.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Curly wants to replace everybody, and that's why she's going to blab. She's going to say something, but it's not going to have the same effect as she thinks is going to happen.
Oh, you think Curly's? Yeah, I think she's going to go to Boy Kavalier to tell him, and that's when Boy Kavalier is going to try and get the eyeball into her, right?
Yep, into her, and she's going to stop it, and it's going to get into him.
Oh, you think she's going to stop it?
Yep. I don't think it's going to get into Curly. I think she's going to stop it, and then they're going. And even the eyeball being so intelligent, she's probably going to looks at him. I need him because he's the one running everything.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that.
I definitely think the eyeball going to get to him.
Yeah, me too. You know what? Now that I think about it, me too. And I think I did say that before. You did say that before. I won't just say me, but I think we all said that before. But we see Wendy actually lets the Xenomorph go,
which is messed up. That's effed up.
That's where I'm like, okay.
When she was
here
playing
we
with
go.
that TV, I was like, yeah, she about to unlock them locks.
Oh yeah, 100%. But here's the thing: why did she just let the Xenomorph go? Why didn't she let them all go?
Because she
only
got a
talks to
connection
one.
with a Xenomorph. She ain't got a connection with the other ones.
Yeah, I know, but and I get that she did it to like because of the connection. But if you really wanted to get away, you open up all the doors. They have to worry about them other creatures.
No.
You know what I mean? You get away.
I don't think she knows anything about them, and she's not thinking straight. She's still thinking like she's a teenager. So like she's only thinking about what's right in front of her. This is not a huge plan that she's planning out like Kirsh. I feel like she's just reacting. Kirsh kind of thinks about, sees what's going in front of him, and he makes an educated decision. She doesn't do that right now. So I think she just did something because she has a connection with that Xenomorph.
That's interesting.
Let me give you this example.
Mhm.
Say me, you and Brian in the prison and Jaded Fanboy. I get out. I'm letting you and Brian out. Somebody else is in trouble.
So I get what you're saying, but if I know that letting everybody out is going to enhance our chance of escaping, then
No.
everybody's getting out, right?
Unless she knows more, but the Xenomorph told her those other ones are natural predators to the Xenomorph, and you know that can harm the Xenomorph itself.
Yeah, if she had a
cares more about the
conversation
Xenomorph.
like that, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm saying, like, for me, like I said, we're in prison, right? There's a bunch of guards in there, and our chances of getting out alone are 50%. But if I cause a riot and let everybody out, our chance moves up to 75%. Let's take the 75%, guys. Let's get everybody out of there. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, right? If she's, and I get it, you said she's young, right? So Kirsh, thinking strategically, would have done that.
Yeah, he probably would have let everything and let it all hell break loose, and then he
Yes.
actually escaped. Wendy
Yes.
doesn't escape because she doesn't think two steps ahead.
Yeah. I'm just saying, though, me personally, like, fuck it, let's open them all up. But then we have Boy Kavalier, and he's having a little conversation with the doctor woman, and to be honest with you, I don't even remember what they were really arguing about.
Why didn't you know? How didn't you not know?
Because he was asking
He
why
was mad
didn't her
about
husband,
the husband cutting off the trackers.
yeah, the cutting off the trackers and not getting on
trackers.
Cutting off the trackers
plane.
and not getting on the boat or the plane or
On the
whatever,
boat.
right? And she's like, no, he's gone. So yeah, they have that little argument there.
Doesn't that show that he's not that smart?
Yeah, and I don't think he is.
You know, instead of checking or
I don't
figuring
think
out
it's showing that
something.
he's not that smart. I just think that he was distracted by more serious stuff. He's one of
I
the
don't know,
people
but
that
if you Kirsh went in and he figured out the answer. He just went off on his own on a whim and just did something. A smart person would make sure I actually check my answer, see who did it, instead of just flying off, the rails for no reason. I feel like he's too much of a kid, too immature. He might be smart, but he's immature.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm. I could definitely see that 100%. And you could tell he's immature because he only thinking about certain, like, he knows the alien got away, right? But all he's concerned about is that eye, right? Oh, I need to talk to this eye, you know what I mean? And I'm like, bro, like, okay, so you don't care about anything else that's going on around you in the facility, which shows his immaturity 100%.
Kavalier
100%.
is like the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones. When the Dallas Cowboys in the lead, they dangerous. But when Jerry Jones is comfortable, they dangerous. But the second something don't go their way, then and they lose their composure. So Kavalier is Dallas Cowboys.
I swear, Donnie, any chance he get to trash the Dallas Cowboys,
it's true.
We're gonna do it. So we have.
Am I lying?
Am I lying? I'm just saying.
He's
not wrong.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm cool. I'm not gonna trash the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that.
They trash themselves enough, and this week they're playing the Bears, so I'm gonna super trash them.
I hope they smoke. I hope they smoke the Bears.
And I hope they trip and fall something hard like my fist.
You see, Cowboys will always have a special place in my heart because that was one of my first football teams. First it was Raiders, then Cowboys, then Steelers, right? As my favorite team. So Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman,
I don't like one of
Leon
those.
Lett, Charles Haley. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't dislike the Cowboys.
you just like their fans.
Yeah, their fans are the worst.
The fans is
Yeah.
So we get to these two, and they meet up with Kirsh, and this is where Kirsh tells them he knows what's going on, and they're taking the wrong spot. You need to take this elevator and go that way. And I think we discussed why we think he did that. And it's going to be interesting to find out. But I just think with one episode left,
They left too many things and this was supposed to be a climax of stuff, and there's too many things unanswered, even with the answers they give you. They give more questions. And then
I agree 100%. So now we'll skip over this because they go to their graves and they see the graves. They have a little conversation over there.
I actually think that's important.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I actually think that what this means, well, I think it actually means, I think Wendy's starting to realize she's not who she used to be. She's actually something new. I think, and I know that's not what she said, but Nibs says, but no, I think that is me, and that is part of me. And I think Wendy thought about it, and she's thinking, maybe I'm not her, and I'm not just me. I'm a combination of both. Maybe he's not just my brother. He was my old thing's brother, and now I'm becoming something new. I'm evolving to something new. I think they put that there for her to say that this next episode, that I'm evolving, and she's going to let Hermit go, and she's going to go side with the Xenomorph.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think she's going to leave with the Xenomorphs. Yeah, I do, which I ain't going to like. But I also think you're right, because I think there's this question that they've had throughout this whole show or this whole series is it their consciousness or is it a synthetic thinking that they were human, right? And I guess this kind of scene is kind of like giving you a little hint as to, no, those are their human bodies. So we may be looking at synthetics that think they're humans and they're not actually a human consciousness, right? That's why they're able to learn faster than a regular human consciousness would. You know what I mean? I don't know. Could be right. Could be wrong. I just feel like I think that's where they're going with it, where it's like, yeah, that's not Marcy anymore. That's not the real Wendy. That's a AI consciousness thinking that it's Wendy, So interesting. What are your thoughts, Danny?
I thought it was pretty morbid, but I was like, they could.
No, you're cutting out, Danny.
Yeah, cutting out a little bit, brother.
He's destroyed the bodies, or just put the graves on. Is this better?
Better. Say it again.
Is this better?
No, you're chipping out. You sound robot-y a bit there. Maybe if you go back out and come back in or something. Because at one point you were great. I don't know. It must be a spot that you're in or something like that. But yeah, you were going fine. All right. So when Danny fixes that out, we'll get back up to that. But it's very interesting because they all get to see their graves. But then we cut back to these two.
Did you see Hermit too?
Hermit's name?
How he sits there and he looks at her grave, because I'm not sure he totally believes that that's his sister. Like he does, he doesn't really.
Yeah,
and I think we also noticed that too. But you see, this is the death of her. She sees her own death, and there's something more to it. Like she's no longer that entity. That's not just her brother. That's only half of her. And he sees it too, because he still mourns that body.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not really my brother.
Yeah. So that's not really my sister. You know what I mean? That
my sister's in the ground.
Talks like her, it feels like her, but that's not really my sister. I could see that. Because even at the beginning, he was skeptical, right? He wasn't sure when he first met her, and now he sees the grave, and it's like, okay. So they buried her body, but is that really my sister that I'm talking to there?
Is that
So,
consciousness really her? I don't know.
Yeah. I think we'll get some information on that. But we see these two clowns, and they go and hide the body because they see army guys come in, and when they turn around, the body is gone. And then they look for the body, and sure enough, he stands up and he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" Now, I don't know about you, but I found it kind of weird that he didn't remember anything.
Yeah. Anyway, he started having glimpses like 5 minutes later, but the fact that he didn't remember anything immediately, that was very weird. That's very strange.
Yeah, because it wasn't on him that long. Now, I'm trying to remember back to the original Alien. I think he did remember what happened to him. I think he did. I don't remember. I don't know. I got to go back and watch it now, because I think when they're around that dinner table, they're actually talking about it or something like that. It's been so long. But
this is immediately he doesn't remember. But the further he goes on, as they start walking, he does start to remember.
He does start to remember little things, right? But even with that, he still doesn't remember anything fully, right? Because the thing busts through his, he knows they're lying, right? So we get to this part and he's like, I know you guys are lying. You guys are too young. You don't know how to do it yet, right? So we're going to go back there and we're going to go fix everything. And that's when his chest busts open, right? Yep. So he didn't really remember everything that happened to him. He just remembered bits and pieces of it. He just knew they were lying. So I don't know. I just found that a little bit weird, but
and they're kids, and they're so much being kids kind of takes away from this a little bit, because Smee obviously is just a child. Smee is just a child, and seeing him go through these things is almost heartbreaking.
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna call him Smiley. I don't like him. What's up, Danny? You good?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you.
Great.
We got you. Yeah. So you were saying, man, if you want to go back,
I done a Roberto now, bro. Keep going.
Oh, it was about the graveyard scene, saying it was pretty morbid.
I just think that was pretty morbid. Like why did they have the headstones on there? Were they ever going to show them one day down the road? I mean, I don't understand that. I would have buried the bodies.
Burned them. You would have cremated them, right? Yeah, like you would have think they would have cremated the bodies, never to be seen again. You know.
Yep. What is the point of actually having and burying them, unless you really don't believe that those are? This is having a grave for them is like you don't believe that's really them.
Yeah,
agreed. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You don't believe that. You more think, and I think kind of Boy Kavalier kind of hints to that, where he kind of says they're products, right? They're not humans. It's not your daughter. They're product. So I don't think he actually believes that there are consciousness in there. And I think he does believe that they are just like AIs, but thinking that they are with
their personality. Right? AI with their personality. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Didn't he say one of them things called $6 billion?
$6 billion. Yes.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Because when it got destroyed, he's like, "Oh, can we fix it?" He's like, we probably could, but I don't know about that." He's like, "Oh, well, $6 billion down the drain." Yeah. So that's why he wanted 50 from what's her name? Yutani, right? He's like, "Yeah, we give 50 because I gotta buy these things." But the alien breaks through the body and runs out into the forest, and he starts to cry. And his friend is like, "Oh, you said he would be okay," and blah 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 blah. Then we cut to Curly going to the doctor.
Dame Sylvia.
Yeah, and pretty much is sad. She doesn't really say why she's sad, I don't think yet, but I think
that's that where funeral, right? Curly's because she's all left alone, so she wants to be something, but she's not. And I think that's a thing that Boy Kavalier really felt messed up on, because if he would just allow Dame Sylvia to be a mother, then she couldn't control them in a better way. Mothers control little kids better than just trying to treat them like they're products. He made a mistake with that.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. She could have taught them, you know what I mean? Like they would just got willing to do whatever they needed to do. And I also think that Boy Kavalier kind of did push them into battle a little bit too early, right? He pushed them into battle right away, too early. Now, maybe Wendy would have been the one to able to do it, but you sent the other ones in there. And we've seen what happened with Nibs and all of that. They weren't ready for that type of stuff yet. You know.
Nope.
Imagine if he just allowed it to go on, and he made them feel like that's a family, and then now they're doing things for this family, and now you don't have to coerce them, you don't have to follow them because they want to do things to just for you. They want to do it instead of just being a product. You tell them they don't matter. You tell someone they don't matter, they're not going to care about you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You get that serious God complex going on. That's why he can't. Reason with stuff.
I agree with you, and I think when we go back to Curly and her being consoled by the doctor, I think that's where she's gonna tell what they're doing, right? I think she's gonna tell like, oh, they're trying to get away, they're trying to escape, and she may take her to Boy Kavalier
to save herself, and because she doesn't know her husband's dead.
Yes. And when she gets there, that's when Boy Kavalier is like, oh, well, I have my victims for the eyeball. You know what I mean? Okay. So I could see that. And I could see, like you said, he letting the eye out, right? And maybe the eye attacks Curly. She fights it off. You know what I mean? She saves the doctor. And then it goes into Boy Kavalier.
Holds it up, do what Nibs did, and pushing it, and goes right towards Boy Kavalier.
Boy Kavalier, yeah. I can see that. I can see him being the one. So then we get to two boys, and they still taking the body, and they kind of meet up with Morrow, and Morrow's like being like, I told you to come alone, and where is the creature? And he pretty much says, we have another plan that we're going to do. So he says, take the kids, and they go and take the boy. Now, what did you guys think of Morrow in that situation?
I think that's why he wasn't listening, because he was planning too much. He was trying to get his own little army thing together, and he wasn't listening, and that really cost him. I think Morrow's once again being short-sighted, let the human part of him mess things up.
Danny,
the machine wanted to mess that up. Danny bounced out.
Oh, he did. Okay, he bounced out again. Okay, cool. So then we get the sheep and the eye and Kavalier, and let's just play a little bit of this, right? Because
ridiculous.
The Xenomorph exited the facility through a waste pipe. No sign of Wendy or the lost boys. This is not a good idea.
You're being ridiculous.
So you see, he doesn't even care about the Xenomorph or Wendy or anything that's going on. He's just looking at this eye, knowing that the eye is this intelligent being, and this is the one person he needs to talk to. What do you think, Danny? Brian?
He's stupid. Once again, he's so arrogant, and he's silly, so to be that immature means you're going to make these mistakes, and that's what over and over he keeps on making mistakes because he's so immature.
100%. And you looking at this creature, knowing how intelligent it is, and you think you're going to put one over on it? You know what I mean? Like,
because he thinks he's the smartest person in the room.
Yep. Let's see.
Advanced civilizations would know this figure. So what are the next three numbers?
So he tested to see if it knows pi, and it gives him the numbers, and you can see that it opens up his mouth.
Sir, I must renew my compliance.
Oh my god.
Oh, if only you could talk.
And that's where he gets the idea. Yeah. Go ahead, Brian.
No, that's where he got the idea for. I need to get this eye to be able to talk. I need to sacrifice someone, and anytime someone does that,
it's usually them. Yeah, 100%. It's usually them that's going to end up getting sacrificed. So I could definitely see that. So he pretty much says, "Who are we going to do?"
Someone who talks and uses a toilet. One of the scientists, maybe? No, a mold scrubber. Someone with a low IQ so that we can see the difference.
Very good, sir. I'll start a list.
So he was talking about the mold scrubber, someone with a low IQ, but it never works out that way. Like Brian said, yeah, they may get someone with a low IQ to do it, but it's going to end up being him that's going to be taken by the creature.
I see you, Danny. Bad reception. Yeah, talk this way. He's going to type into the comments.
Okay, no problem. We got you, Danny. Let us know what you think. So now we have Marcy, and Marcy's pretty much talking to her brother while they're walking through the forest.
Marcy.
And
Wendy?
Wendy, yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Wendy.
Later.
Her real name's Marcy, right?
It is Marcy. You're not wrong. But
okay, I'm just saying that because I'm like, where the hell did Marcy come from? But yeah,
that's her real name.
yeah. So they're walking through the forest, and the army comes on her, and she's like, "You guys need to leave." She says, "They say no. You're coming with us." And then boom, she does her little chirping, and Xenomorph time. Xenomorph comes in there and wipes out everybody. Brian, what were your thoughts?
I was questioning, was the Xenomorph just in the forest the entire time, just watching them, following like a bodyguard just in case?
Yeah.
So she knew that he was there, and he's been following the entire time, and she just didn't say anything. I was like,
yeah,
what the hell? This is not that's not alien. That's not what's supposed to be on.
Danny said, LOL chirping. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, Danny. He said, at least we know what the man in the suit in the hall is now. Yeah. One of those little mole guys. I just thought it was going to be something a little bit more interesting than that. You know what I mean?
It was straightforward. If it's that straightforward, then I already know what it is.
Okay. Yeah, facts. Yeah. So the brother's kind of like, oh, so he was there the whole time?
Yep.
And that's what you did? You let him go? And she's like, yes, I did. You know? So she stops it from pretty much like attacking anybody. She pretty much pets it. She gives it a little chirping sound again.
Good boy. Go out. Go back to the forest.
And then he asks, what did you say? And she says,
what did you say to it?
Hide and follow.
She told it to hide and follow.
Now look at his fear, the fear on his face. And that's why that grave site made sense, and it was important. Yeah. He's realizing that's not my sister.
Mm-hmm. And what is she becoming?
Yep.
Right? It feels like she's connecting more with these alien creatures, these xenomorphs, than she is with actual humans, right? She said she told the xenomorph to stay hidden but close. Yeah, exactly. The xenomorph is following Wendy's orders. Exactly.
And I feel like he's the type of person that's going to feel like, I have to stop her. If no one else can stop her, I have to stop her. He's going to turn on Wendy, and the xenomorph's going to eat him.
Ooh, interesting. It's important because he needs to be in the graveyard. Yeah, Daddy, I feel you.
He will be in the graveyard.
Yeah. 100%. But you're right. You could look on his face as like, what the, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? And you just sent this xenomorph to kill everybody. Cuts to the little baby xenomorph now running. And then a net. Ooh. Now, do you guys find it too easy to catch it?
100%. You think it would have dug or figure out a different way of doing that? And who even knew that was happening and was able to plan that out too. I was like, come on, man, that don't make sense.
Cut it to the brother. It gets on my nerves. The brother gets on your nerves, Danny. I got you. I mean, I don't like him either too much. I'm not a big fan of him either. I wouldn't say he gets on my nerves, but I'm not a big fan of him.
I don't care enough about him.
Yeah, same here. So we get to Morrow, and he's leading the boys into the facility because he needs to get the creatures or the xenomorph. And as soon as they get in there,
Whoa! What did you do?
They get ambushed. Mm-hmm. And he's blaming the Indian boy, and the Indian boy is like, I didn't do it.
Dude, I'm right here. You're in my mind. How the hell did I do something?
Exactly. So he tells him to take his loss, finders keepers, and tells the boys to come over on his side, and pretty much
you two are grounded.
Now,
And it's
Why
funny
didn't
because
you
he's
kill
treating him
him?
like a debt. But he's trying. Why didn't you kill him?
Morrow and the crew.
No, maybe he needs to use him. Maybe
and there's another thing. And there's another thing I wanted to say. All right, because I think I kind of brushed across it a little bit and it just crossed my mind. There's one scene where the black dude, him there, is talking to Smee is talking to the head of security, and he's like, "Oh, what if he comes to kill us?" And this guy's like, "Oh no, we're on an island. Our security is top notch." Well, their security is trash. If all these people could break onto the island just like that, they have no security. I don't care. Like if you're saying you would have this top secret facility, there is no way Morrow and his crew should have been able to get there that easy.
Once again, they're humans. Not androids, saying, not everyone else. Cyborgs, though, they're humans, and they F up consistently.
They do, but if you have security, you listen, bro. I know cars that don't let you get close to it without an alarm going off, right? You know what I'm saying? You have this island, and people just swimming up like nothing.
This is a year, 2120 or something like that. This is 100 years in the future, and we can't. And they don't have an alarm on the island. They don't have nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Just swim up there. Oh, you know what? What do you need? Oh, I just need a bunch of guys. We can swim to the island. No problem. They got no security. But then we have someone saying we got the top-notch security. Don't worry, guys. Nothing can get over here. Like, the hell out of here, bro, with that.
I'm waiting for Craig and Day Day to show me that's security. It's Craig and Day Day. Top flight security in the world, Craig.
Facts. Sorry. The Xenomorph getting caught that easily tracks, because if Morrow mid JoJo's teams were able to get 6 to 7 eggs, then this baby Xenomorph getting caught is on point.
Okay.
The Xenomorph greatly depowered in this series. It tracks.
Exactly. That's why I said they feel like they're really depowered.
Mm-hmm. I agreed. I'm just saying, like, I guess, but I don't think we've ever seen a Xenomorph get caught that easy. But again, it's a baby Xenomorph, so I guess I could let it slide. That's not the issue. My issue here is, like I said, with the security and not just opening fire on the intruders that just came into your base trying to take over. The only reason why you let them live is because in the next episode they're going to escape. That's it. That's it. Right? Maybe most of them will die, but at the end of the day, Morrow and the rest of them are going to escape.
What if I told you that the eyeball goes into Boy Kavalier, doesn't find it as intelligent, and Kirsh forces the eyeball into Morrow?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
So, like, it goes in the bag of Boy Kavalier, and it's not good enough, and Kirsh forces the eyeball into Morrow. In the last episode, we see Morrow with the eyeball.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
And then it kind of go back to the beginning with him letting everyone die on that ship, and now he's being taken apart by those entities.
Now, here's the question, though. I know the eyeball will probably be in control of Morrow, but do you want the eyeball in control of Morrow, right? Like a stone cold killer with all of his thoughts and everything that goes through his mind? Yeah, I don't know about that.
And he's a cyborg. They could have his hands be like machine gun. Yeah. No, this is bad.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. That would be very interesting if they did it, though. I tell you that. It's going to be a lot of talk about on the OOC, and what do you think is going to happen to the baby in this show? The baby?
The baby Xenomorph.
Oh, that's an interesting question. We got one episode left, so obviously nothing. You know what I mean? Like nothing. We're going to have to find out next season what happens to the baby Xenomorph. Because when she cuts the Xenomorph, it cut loose. They are still buzzsaws.
Yeah.
So the clip shows Morrow with the eyeball.
No.
No, it doesn't show him with the eyeball, but I think that's where they're going with it, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? It would be very interesting if they do something like that. Yeah, so we get to um Wendy going back to the boat, right? This is the boat where they're trying to escape, but when they get on the boat, they're ambushed by this guy's crew. Can't remember what their name of their crew was. Don't really care because they were really not much in this show, to be honest with you, you know. But anyways, Nibs goes off. She rips off this guy's jaw. She pretty much starts to kill everybody. Wendy was about to call for the Xenomorph.
Yep.
And the brother says no.
Mm-hmm.
And then as Nibs is just like breaking everybody off, he grabs a gun and he shoots Wendy. And that's when he shoots Nibs.
Mm-hmm.
Nibs. And that's when Wendy busts out her scream, "What did you do?"
Yeah.
And then it ends on that. So what are your thoughts? Yeah.
That's the point though. So like she's more connected to the rest of those hybrids than she is to her own brother, and she's going to realize she's not that kid. And just like he's funny, Danny's funny. Just like we said, with her realizing that's not his sister, she's going to realize that's not my brother. These other ones are more important to me, and they're under my protection. He stopped me from calling the Xenomorph, and if he didn't, she still will be alive, and she's going to blame him.
Yeah. 100%. She is going to blame her brother for what happened because I think Nibs is probably going to be dead, right? Because they're not going to, like, things are going to pop off in the next episode. They're not going to have enough time to go and fix Nibs unless we talk about that for next season, right? But for the next episode, Nibs ain't coming back. She's done, right? And Wendy is going to blame her brother for that. And I believe you're right, where it's to the point where she may decide that she gonna run off with the Xenomorph, right?
She's gonna say specifically, "You're not my brother. You're not my brother."
Right. She gonna realize that there are a bunch of eggs still left in there and a baby Xenomorph. And next season, it's gonna be her trying to free all the Xenomorphs.
Like it's Independence Day. This is what's it? iRobot. This is what this is.
I really hope
aliens.
I really hope it doesn't go down that route. I really hope it doesn't go down that route because that's what I was saying. Like when I was talking
Alien
about
Independence
earlier.
Day.
Yeah, where I was like, this could get really bad if this is what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? So I hope they don't do that, but we'll see. But Brian, what were your thoughts of the episode and grades and predictions?
So I mean, once again, this is okay episode. I mean, I feel like as a Pit Ultimate, it wasn't good, but because it was boring. The things that even happen are just not interesting
enough. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's things that are happening. I think it's definitely a mystery and it's uncovering as we go along. But I'm just not loving it, and I feel like it causes too many problems with what we know in lore. But if it's possible that they could do this last episode in a way that it's going to make me feel like everything makes sense. At least.
Yeah.
But they need to really work on this if that's going to be possible. And I think
agree.
this episode, this is a C+ episode for me.
Nice, got you, Danny. Let's hear what your grades and your thoughts are in the chat there. I'll read them out when you pop them in there. I'm gonna say, like I said, I didn't like this episode. I did say it was caca. I did say it was trash. To me, it was trash. And the reason why I say that is because I definitely see certain things that they can do that I'm not feeling. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, I guess you could say, well, you're projecting because you don't know if they're going to go that route. And that's fine. If they don't go that route, I'll talk about the change. I'll be like, okay, they didn't do it. Then because I've done that where I was like, ooh, this show looks like it's going to go down a certain route. And they completely flipped the script. And I was like, oh, now that's good, right? You know what I mean? Like, at least they didn't do what I thought they were going to do. So if they don't do that, I'm fine with it. But if they get to this point where it's just like, we're going to make the Xenomorphs these anti-heroes and you guys are going to understand more of why the Xenomorphs kill humans and all kinds of stuff like that. Nah, I don't want none of that. I'm good. So I hope they don't do that. But I'm definitely going to give this episode, like Brian said, probably a C, maybe D, to be honest with you. I'm going to give it a D because I really wasn't a fan of it. So Danny said, episode is a B-/C+. It moved the story. It has me cheering for characters that I hated. Kirsh is my favorite. It has to be the longest episode to make a good ending. Yeah,
and exactly, because it's too many things that are just up in the air.
Yeah, I agree. Unless you're gonna give us a shitload of cliffhangers, you know what I mean? Where there's certain threads that have been happening that you're just not gonna get an end to. Like, for example, it could end with the eyeball going into Boy Kavalier. And boom, that's the last scene we see, and end like that. You know what I mean? So it could do something like that, which I hope it doesn't. I think, okay, so it would be an interesting end. I can't lie, but it would be like, oh my God, we wait because you didn't give us really much, and now you finally get something. You don't give us anything with it. We got to wait till next season. You know what I mean? So I think if maybe we would have got a little bit more of that, then I would be like, okay, that's fire. You know what I mean? That it ended like that. But we'll see. We'll see. They need to do a 90-minute episode. Well, I hope they do. We'll find out if they do. I doubt it because I think it's just going to be the regular episode, and I think it's just going to have a lot of cliffhangers, like threads that haven't ended. Like we don't know the end of them yet. So with that,
this is what I talked about before, right? I said that this is, if they don't, maybe they know that they got already picked up for season 2, and they're not trying to figure this out.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I don't think they're really trying to end it yet, right? They're leaving it open-ended, and I do think that they do have a season 2 already in plan. Maybe season 3, to be honest with you, so we'll see. But I think they just ended in a way that, for me, doesn't ruin the show and also keeps me wanting more. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I want to see what happens with that episode, with that, next season. So
I'm telling you, this last episode is going to be all about Boy Kavalier being the real bad thing, and that the Xenomorphs are not the worst thing. It's the Boy Kavalier.
I agree. 100% I agree. So, guys, let us know what you think. With that being said, we are going to get out of here because I know Brian got to watch Peacemaker. Then he got to go on the show and talk about Peacemaker. And yeah, I'm like.
And I already did Gen V. I watched 3 episodes of Gen V already done.
Are you guys talking about that tonight?
I don't know if we are, but.
What'd you think?
It's interesting, but it was too much
shock value crap. I'm like,
yeah,
you guys are really doing this boys stuff too, man.
Well, it is. It's a boy spinoff, but it's just the fact that you're doing stuff just to do it. Sometimes
do it just to do it. And I know exactly what scene you're talking about. The one in episode 3 where they're running through and the guy is just there. Like, why? What
There's
was
no
the
reason.
point of
It had
that?
nothing to do with anything.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing to do with anything. Yeah. And I was like, okay, so now you guys, like, I think in the first season, I know they did it, but they did it in a way. I was like, okay, yeah, ha ha ha, right?
It's college. This makes sense.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. But now they're doing the boys because the boys last season they did a lot of that shit for no reason at all, just to do it. And I think Gen V is doing that too now, which is gonna piss me off if they continue to constantly do it like that, But I got you. Danny said the last episode is called Metamorphose. Interesting.
Yeah, Metamorphosis was 54 minutes. Yeah. Well, 54 minutes, that means it's going to be a regular ass episode.
Yeah, probably. 54 minutes, just looked it up. But we'll see, because I know I've heard that before. Like, it's like, oh, 54 minutes, and when you get it, it's like, oh, it's like a little bit longer, a little bit shorter. So we'll see. But with that being said, guys, I thank everybody for popping in. Much appreciated. We will be back next week with the final episode of Alien Earth. I think, I guess Tuesday we'll do the Gen V stuff because that's open now, and then the Thursday will open up, so that's good. So we're at least one to knock off. We open up one, and then another one knocks off. So that's good. That's good. So make sure to check that out, and make sure to be here Saturday 10 EST for the Rewind. We got a great show coming up for you today, guys, and I think on Saturday. And I think we always have great shows for you, So make sure to check that out. Brian, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Hey, on 1/3 of Spoiler Kings, we go live Monday, Thursday, and Saturdays, 9:30 Central. But Saturday, you gotta make sure you at the rewind. As he said, you know what we need? We need JG to do an opening for us. I need JG to hype us up for the rewind.
Facts.
We need to message him immediately to have that happening. But yeah, no, come on, guys. It's a lot of fun. You're gonna enjoy your time. Come on, come on. I mean, I've seen for the Spoiler Kings, we've had over 800 views on both the last 2 episodes. I want you guys to come and enjoy and push along the stuff and give us feedback. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. I think that's gonna be cool. We can morph no matter what you do.
100%. And the other one went up to over 1,000. So let's see how that works out, guys. Right? We're trying to build it up. We're trying to, get out there. I think we got some great topics, and it's just regular stuff we talk about that you guys are interested in. So make sure to check us out over there. Danny, appreciate you for coming in, Danny. I know you were on the road and but you still came in and handled your business, and I appreciate that, Danny. It's always great to. He did say he didn't want us to be trashing the show. That's why he came in, right? I get it, but whatever gets you to come and chill and hang out with us, I'm down with it. So appreciate you, brother, always and every day. With that being said, guys, we are going to get out of here. Peace, love, and hair grease, and we will see you on the next one. Peace.